What's up, everybody? It's the Classic Tycoon here, and we're back for another episode of our Crazy Castle Let's Play series. Recently, somebody in the comments noticed that I have this save file called Death, and they were interested in what it meant. So I guess I'll just load it up real quick and show you guys what this is. It's I just made a video a while back called Top 5 Ways to Die in Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic. If I remember, I'll try to put a card or a link in the description to the video so you guys can watch it. But that's all that is. So I was just naming the park certain things helps me remember which part goes with which video. And so that's all that is. Nothing too exciting there, but it's one of my most popular videos. So I will put a link in the description or something so you guys can go see it, or you can just search it up and try to find it. Anyways, we're back in our Crazy Castle Let's Play. 922 guests out of the 1,500 that we need by the end of year 4. We're in July, so I'm really going to need to stay on top of the marketing campaigns, or else I actually do see us missing that goal if we aren't careful. And you know, when I'm making my videos, it's harder for me to remember to be clicking on the marketing campaigns because I just want to focus on building and building good roller coasters for you guys. But anyways, I'm going to throw in another ride here, and then I'm going to build another roller coaster today, and just do a couple small management things as we go along as usual. Alright, so what I wanted to do today was build a looping roller coaster. This is the area that I see we have the most space, obviously, way in the back of the park. That's really kind of the only space we have left for anything big. So we're going to throw it probably in this corner right here behind the pirate ships, just tucked away here. So I was trying to decide which roller coaster I wanted to do. I ended up going with the looping roller coaster. I think in the next one I might build the spiral roller coaster, the one that goes up in a spiral. That's what I was thinking. But for today, we will do a nice looping roller coaster over here. So let's jump right in and speed up the video a little bit, and we'll build this roller coaster. So what I decided to do with the hill lift is do the steeper design. I usually don't do this just because I don't like the way that it looks as much, but it really helps conserve space, a lot of space. You get a lot higher on your hill lift in about half the space that it would normally take. So it is a very nice method if you want to have a high roller coaster in a smaller confined space. So right here, I was kind of thinking that I would like to put some interlocking loops right here. But I couldn't quite get this to work. I'm going to try it a couple different ways. But I end up going with just a little bit different design. Sometimes I can get these things to work, and sometimes I just have a hard time. I can't remember exactly how much height you need in order to do this, but I think my track was just a little bit too low in order for the loops to interlock. So I would have had to really readjust the roller coaster back a little bit. So this is what I decided to go with instead, is just have the track go through the loop here, and then we're gonna come back around and put another loop a little bit lower, and I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. But we'll go ahead and throw a block break section in right here. I have had some questions on block breaks. Why do I use block breaks? You know, as long as you're good at controlling the speed of your roller coaster, you don't really need block breaks in order to prevent crashes. But if the roller coaster is going really fast at the end of the ride, and there's a brake system failure, which is a fairly rare breakdown, they don't happen very often, but if there is, then there will be a crash in the station platform, and then your roller coaster won't work anymore, and people will die. So you don't want that to happen. That's one of the reasons. The other reason is I just like to be able to control how many roller coasters are going. I mean, you can do that with a regular station platform with no block break sections, but you can really control how many trains are going, because it's not limited to just how long the station is, right? You can control how long the station is and then add however many block breaks you want. And every block break section you can put a roller coaster at. So that's one of the nice perks of it as well. In the case of this roller coaster, it's short enough that I'll probably just have 2 trains running. Although I could have the option of 3 if the ride is really popular and guests need to be getting on it quicker. So that's why I use block breaks. Alright, so you can see how I kind of use that extra loop down in there. Now I wanted to have kind of a fancy way to bring it home. And so I'm going to make use of some helixes here, which this ends up working pretty well. Takes a little bit of adjustments going around and stuff, but we'll get this worked out. I could have gone with it this way, but I did want to put a station platform, so what I can do here is put an extra large helix, and it ended up fitting perfectly. And I really like the look of the finish on this looping roller coaster with those helixes. And so now it's complete and it's good to go. So let's go ahead and test it. And like I said, I'm going to go with 2 trains on this. Alright, here we go. Okay, there we go. There's our test results. Pretty good. 7.2 excitement rating. That's almost a very high excitement rating, so I will go with that. I wanted to fix this little section here, just so that the roller coaster doesn't go flat and then back into a bank. Might as well just keep it banked right there. We'll name it River Monster. Thought that was sort of appropriate. Maybe I could have named it like Kraken or something with the pirate ships there, but that will work. I gotta fix the entrance right there as well, so it'll test while we build the right entrance here. But this should be fine. Should be done testing by the time we get this built. So. Alright, there we go. So the final test results on that ended up being around a 7.4 excitement rating. You can try to pause it back there a little bit if you want to. It did come up, but I'm actually pretty happy with that. 7.4 with about a 6.2 intensity rating. That's a pretty good ratio. I like that quite a lot. Yeah, that's a pretty decent little looping roller coaster right there for sure, especially for the size of it, and not a ton of drops in this thing. So yeah, I'm more than happy with that. I think that all the scenery around helps a lot. Having it kind of interweave with that wooden roller coaster over there, that's gonna help boost that excitement rating a lot. I mean, you guys know all this stuff, so always keep that in mind when you're building your roller coasters. Alright, so our guest count, we're setting about 1,100. We're in October, year 3. We're at the turn of the year for us. So we need to gain about 400 guests. I've got my marketing campaigns running right now. So hopefully that's going to start bumping up pretty soon here. And we'll just keep an eye on the guests for just a second here. I just want to kind of see what's going on. But right now it's about even as far as the guests coming in and out. Yeah, here's to hoping that we can complete this goal. There were definitely some times where I could have been running some advertising campaigns and I wasn't. So that could end up shooting me in the foot. But we've got an entire year left. I really do think that we'll be fine with this. I'm going to build, like I said, in the next episode, I think I'll build one more roller coaster. We'll really make sure that these marketing campaigns are going the whole time. And worst comes to worst, at the very end of it, we can try to put a no entryway sign so that the guests can't get out. But that's generally a bad idea because that'll hurt your park rating. And then you won't be able to complete the goal because you need a park rating of, what, 600, 650, something like that. So, watching the guest count, it is rising a bit. We're almost to the 1,200 guest mark. We'll just have to really make sure that that stays consistent going up. Alright guys, thanks for watching this one. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, give me a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys in the next video.